This is the Rimpage Podcast. My name is Patrick Johnson. I'm the founder of Rimpage. Welcome, and let's go. Today we're talking about Rimpage Rankings. Like everything else with Rimpage, this is huge. It's certainly something the world has never seen before in our game. We've seen it in other skill categories, other competitions. Chess has it, tennis has it, world rankings. Imagine that for basketball, world rankings. Imagine every basketball player on earth ranked. Rimpage will have 4 rankings for every player. You will know where you rank in your city, in your state or region, in your country, and in the world. That excites me because I think it's fascinating, especially for players in smaller cities. Like I went to high school in Mojave, California. We had 5,000 people in the whole city. If Rimpage had been around then, I would have been a Rimpage athlete. I would be able to go on the internet and see where I rank in the city of Mojave. I could see all the players in Mojave and where they rank, and I could instantly know how I stack up against the best players in that city of Mojave. But then 13 miles down the road was the city of Roseman. Maybe 20,000 people there. Not much bigger than Mojave, but definitely bigger. I could see who their top ranked player is, and I would know where I stand versus that player. And then 25 miles down the road was the city of Lancaster, and very, very close to it was Palmdale. Now, these are bigger cities, still not big cities, but certainly bigger than 5,000 that are in Mojave. And I'd be able to look at Rimpage and see all the players in Palmdale, all the players in Lancaster, and see where they rank and see how I stack up. Fascinating. For a kid living in a little city like Mojave in the desert, like 100 miles northeast of Los Angeles, desert out there, to be able to go on the internet and see how I stack up against all these other players in the surrounding cities. But then I can go crazy with it. I can go to the state of California. Who's the best player in the state of California? I can do a little search on Rimpage and boom, a player's name pops up. Picture of the guy, his match history. I can see who he played against. I can see his win-loss record. I see all of his stats. And then I can go to the next state, Arizona. Who's the best player there? I can look at Las Vegas. Who's the best player in Las Vegas? Once again, a profile picture pops up. I can see the player's name, match history, stats, rankings, ratings. And then the next state, and the next state, and the next state. And then I can zoom out a little more and say, who's the best player in the United States? Once again, a player's profile picture pops up. Rimpage athlete. See his ranking. I can see what state he lives in. Access to this type of data is just fascinating. To have that in a world where there could be a kid in another city 5 miles away and you never know that guy, never know how good he is. You might be living next door to the best player in the country. Without a ranking system, you have no way of knowing. So instantly, with a ranking system, top players appear on the map where before they were invisible. This is what rankings make possible. Top players suddenly appear on the map now. They can be recognized, respected, rewarded for their ability. Shouldn't we have something like that in basketball? Without that, again, the best players in every city are invisible. And when they finish playing, their names fade into forgotten history. No one ever knows how good they are. Who's okay with that? I think there's a huge case for rankings within Rimpage. I think we're doing a huge service. Rimpage is providing a huge service to the world of basketball by creating a system whereby we can rank every basketball player on earth. So you do your search and you see this Rimpage athlete. He's the best player, the number 1 ranked player in America. Let's go north. Do the same thing for Canada. Who's the best player in every region in Canada? And then who's the best player in Canada? And then let's go south. Who's the best player in Mexico? Imagine having access to this information. And because they're Rimpage athletes, all their matches are on video. That's a mandate. That's a requirement. If it's not on video, it didn't happen. Every Rimpage match must be video recorded. So now, not only do you get to know who these players are, but wouldn't you like to see how the best player in Mexico plays? Are you even the slightest bit interested in his style of play? Or anyone's style of play in Mexico? How is it different from how we play in New Jersey, how we play in Seattle, how we play in Alabama? There are differences just within the United States in how guys play. What if we go all the way down to Mexico and we can see videos of how their best player plays? And then we can start doing we can really geek out on this, start doing some comparisons. What do the number one ranked player in Canada, the number one ranked player in the United States, and the number one ranked player in Mexico have in common? What is it about them that makes them that good that the rest of us don't have? What are they doing that the rest of us are not doing? We get to analyze. We get to study these guys. We can study greatness because rankings exist. This is good stuff. This is good stuff. Just thinking about it. All that a ranking system makes possible for us. Utterly fascinating. And basketball being invented in 1891, we're in 2025. The game's been around over 100 years, and no one thought to do this? Well, we have all these team leagues, but the problem with team leagues is they give you the best team. Think about it. Everything they do in the season is building up to the final contest, which includes 2 teams, and whoever wins that is the best team. So the whole format of the league is designed to produce, to discover, to reveal who is the best team in that league. You cannot know who is the best player by looking at a team league any more than you can take your car to McDonald's to have them figure out why it's making a noise under the hood. They don't do that. That's the whole thing. They don't do that. You've gone to the wrong source. If you want to know who is the best player, you have to go to a format that is designed to reveal. It has a contest that reveals who is the best player. That just makes sense. So I did a whole article on the 4 keys, the 4 things that are necessary for any entity, any organization to identify the best player in any size group. So this could be the best players at a high school like mine, where we had 300 students, or the best player in a whole country, or the best player in the world. No matter what size group, you need 4 keys in order to figure out who that player is. And none of the other leagues have it. Rimpage has it. I did a whole article on that. You can find that on Rimpage's blog. But because that is our mission, we have to include rankings. One problem rankings solve for us is the circular victories problem, the rock, paper, scissors scenario. How does Rimpage solve that? Here's how we solve it. We say your ranking is a reflection of your skill, not just against 1 or 2 opponents, but against all opponents. That is a truer measure of your skill than just how you performed against this player and that player. In other words, what if there were more than just rock, paper, scissors, and they all competed against each other? Now, I guarantee you would not see such an even distribution of victories. No, one of those is going to outperform all the others. Maybe when it's just 3 of them, you get circular victories. But if you introduce 10 of them or 10,000 of them, you won't have circular victories. So what rankings do is they expand the playing field so we get a broader view of this player's skill set. You have a clearer picture of how good this player is. So that's how we solve the circular victories thing. So how does Rimpage determine player rankings? Well, part of that is intuitive. You have to win. There's no way you're going to get a top ranking if you're not winning matches. You got to win matches. But there's more to it than that. Because what if a player has won 100% of his matches? He's 10-0. But another player has lost 100 matches. Maybe he's won 100 and lost 100. Who's better? Because of that scenario, we can't just look at winning percentage. How many of your matches have you won? Nor can we just look at how many matches you've played and ignore winning percentage. We have to take it all into account. So that's what Rimpage does. We have the one champion formula, and this is a formula that we created. We crafted this to serve our mission to find the best player in every city, every state, every country, to find the best player in the world. We needed an objective standard to evaluate players by. The one champion formula allows us to do that. It is, in fact, a formula. We put all of these inputs in, the formula does its magic, and it gives us a result. That result is called a supremacy score. Every Rimpage athlete has a supremacy score, and that supremacy score determines your rank. Using our one champion formula, we are able to determine who is the best player in any size group. Here's the way I like to think of that. If the planet Earth had a sister planet who is just like ours, and they sent a representative to our planet and said, our planet is dying, we want your resources. But instead of sending an army over here to conquer you, we're going to settle it this way, over a game of basketball, a one-on-one game. You choose your champion, we're going to send our champion, one match. Whoever wins gets all the resources. The other planet has to serve them. If we had to pick one player to play one game with the fate of our planet on the line, who would we choose? I think an equally important question is, how would we choose? Are you going to just send the most popular NBA player over there with the fate of our world hanging in the balance? Is his popularity going to be the thing you decide? Well, that other Earth doesn't care about his popularity. They're going to send the most skilled athlete they have into that arena. And we should do the same. I hope you can see the logic in that. So then the next question would be, how? How do we decide who is the most skilled player? That's Rimpage's business. That's our domain. That's our mission. Look at the mission statement. This is an interesting exercise. Look at the mission statement of all of the major basketball organizations. Olympics, FIBA, NBA, Big Three, any of them. Go to their website and look at their mission statement. It's available. I've done it already. Read what their mission is. This is them saying, this is who we are. This is what we do. This is where we're allocating resources. This is where we're directing our attention. This is the outcome we're trying to produce. That's their mission statement. Go read their mission statements and see what they do. And then read Rimpage's mission statement. Ours is simple. We want to crown a champion in every city, state, and country. We want to find the best player in the world. So we direct our resources toward that. We craft the one champion formula to assist us in doing that. We give our attention to that. That's our domain. That's our business. So Rimpage can choose that one player to represent the whole of Earth in that one match with the fate of our world hanging in the balance. That's the power of the one champion formula. So that's how rankings are determined. Rimpage will use that to give every player a ranking in his city, in his region, in his country, and in the world. That has tremendous value. Imagine how arguments will go from now on. No more GOAT debates, no more creating whole Facebook groups to support this one player who you subjectively believe is the best. All you have to do is go to their Rimpage profile and look at their ranking. If Joel's ranking is higher than Jeff's, Joel is the better player. End of discussion. Drop the debate. Doesn't matter who you like more. The ranking tells you who's better. This concludes part 1 of 3 in our discussion about Rimpage rankings. We invite you to join us tomorrow for the next video, and we'll see you there.